In a small village nestled between rolling hills and dense forests, there lived a man named Aaron. Aaron was known for his gentle nature and the lantern he always carried, no matter the time of day. This lantern, he claimed, was special. It held the light of his faith. Aaron's faith journey had not been easy. He once lived in fear and uncertainty, unsure of his path. But through the years, with the guidance of his mentor, Eli, he had found a steadfast belief in the goodness and guidance of the divine. One crisp autumn evening, as the village gathered around a bonfire for their annual harvest festival, young Sarah, curious and bright-eyed, approached Aaron. "Mr. Aaron," she said, "why do you always carry that lantern?" Aaron smiled, his eyes reflecting the warm firelight. "This lantern," he began, "represents my faith. It lights my way, even in the darkest of times." Sarah tilted her head. "But it's daytime. Why do you need it now?" Aaron knelt down to her level, the lantern between them. "Faith isn't just for the dark times, Sarah. It's a light that guides us always, reminding us of the path we're on and the promises we've been given." Intrigued, Sarah asked, "Can you tell me how you got this light?" And so Aaron began his story. Years ago, Aaron was a young man filled with doubts. He lived in fear, always worried about the future and unsure of his purpose. One day, while wandering in the forest, he met Eli, an old, wise man who carried a lantern just like the one Aaron now had. Eli saw the uncertainty in Aaron's eyes and offered him a place by his fire. They talked for hours, and Eli shared stories of faith, stories of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He spoke of their struggles and how their faith was tested, but also of God's unwavering faithfulness. "You see, Aaron," Eli had said, "faith is like this lantern. It might flicker in the wind, but it never goes out. It guides you, warms you, and shows you the way, even when everything else is dark." From that day on, Aaron began to carry a lantern. Whenever he felt doubt creeping in, he would light it, remembering Eli's words and the stories of those who came before him. Over time, his faith grew stronger, and he found peace and purpose. As Aaron finished his story, Sarah's eyes were wide with wonder. "Can I have a lantern like yours?" she asked. Aaron chuckled softly. "Faith isn't something I can give you, Sarah. But I can share the stories and guide you, just as Eli did for me. Then you'll find your own light." From that night on, Sarah often visited Aaron. They would sit by the fire, and he would tell her more stories of faith and courage. Slowly, Sarah began to understand. She started to feel a warmth in her heart, a small flicker of light guiding her. Years passed, and Sarah grew up. She carried her own lantern now, sharing the light of her faith with others in the village. The tradition continued, with each generation passing down the stories and the light, helping others find their way. And so, in that small village nestled between rolling hills and dense forests, the light of faith never dimmed. It was shared from one person to the next, a beacon of hope and guidance for all who needed it. The conclusion. The story of Aaron and Sarah shows that sharing your faith is not about forcing others to believe as you do. It's about guiding them, sharing your experiences, and letting them find their own light. By being a beacon of faith, you can help others navigate their own journeys, ensuring that the light of belief continues to shine brightly for generations to come.